So here's the deal. You come in for this interview, and I've got like, okay, I'm going to plan this interview out. And then somebody mentions to me, Blanco Brown, about this Tim McGraw video that just posted. And then I was like, well, let me try to work that in. But I realized there's no talking about anything else or anything having to do. I know you got an album coming in a few hours, but explain to me, you literally within the last, 20, 30 minutes, saw this Tim McGraw video that's on Tim's Instagram right now.
When there's no words, like, no words, you got to see the video, man. I'm in that teary-eyed, sweating, because it's like a surreal moment. When you, like, I never in a million years thought I would actually meet Tim McGraw. I just knew what inspired me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then listening to Don't Take the Girl and the message behind it. When I met him, I said, Tim, now, the crazy thing is, Johnny would be 33 today. His son...
You've done the math.
...would be 10.
Wow.
His son would be 10. And
was he blown away that you've done the math? Because I'm blown away by it.
He was just like, wow, you're right. And then his wife, we don't know if she's alive or if, you know what I'm saying, she's there also. But like,
we don't know how it played out.
I definitely did the math because when Johnny was 8, I was 9.
Yeah.
That's when the song came out.
And you've talked a lot about, I mean, that song is what sort of like made you aware country music existed.
It sparked it all. And I didn't even, when I was that young, I didn't realize that Johnny had grown up, and then he took his son, who he also named Johnny, to go fishing at the end of the song.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people don't put that together.
Right.
It's Johnny's an adult now. He taking his son, Johnny, fishing. But his dad used to take him fishing when he was 8. And then, I mean, like, Johnny went through a lot in that song, from getting robbed and saying, hey, you can have my granddaddy watching the keys of the car and everything. And then you get to the doctor and somebody wrote a record. Like, I mean, a life for a life, perhaps, but we don't really know what happened to the woman.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's a deep story.
That is a lot.
You sacrificed the woman you love the most and would have done anything for, that you didn't even want around at the beginning because you was a little boy and all you liked was having your homeboys around you. You said, Daddy, please don't take the girl. Just take any of my friends. Jimmy Johnson, take my best friend, Bo. This is the lady I fell in love with for the rest of my life.
It's one of the greatest songs ever written.
Man, look, I'm trying to tell you.
Where did that video, where was that, in Australia you guys did that?
Man, that thing deep right there. Hold on. Yeah, it was in Australia. We did it in Australia backstage before he performed. I came off a set and, you know, straight into the room like to meet him. And when I walked in, it was like the musicians and everything standing right there. I was just like, man, that's really Tim McGraw. What I didn't know was, in person, he still looked 21.
Well, if you've seen the video, I mean, we know that. But particularly in this video with that shirt, I mean, it looks like one of those Halloween costumes you put on where you like try to look all buff. That's how he really looks.
Got the Captain America outfit on. Well, I need to work on some muscles.
Were you nervous doing that?
Yeah, of course. Like,
I mean, gosh.
I mean, to you know, when, look, I mean, really, I have no words. It's just such a blessing. And it happened, like, right before I walked in this, you know what I'm saying? Like, to see that, I'm just like, I can't believe it.
That
like,
is so cool.
The way it feel, it's just amazing.
It's a full circle moment, like, because you talked about, you know, as you walked in, you're like, man, I put this song that's, like, put me on the map. And then to sing the song that got you into the, it's crazy.
Ironic. It's ironic that this song started a journey for me that I could never turn back from, and it made me fall in love with storytelling. And it's ironic that they dropped it today, and tomorrow my album dropped.
Yeah.
Like later on tonight, tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's
the way it came together. Well, thanks for sharing that moment with us, man. That's incredible.
Ooh, deep. I'm going to think about doing it again.
So back to your normal rock star life. This album out in a few hours from Blanco Brown, Honeysuckle and Lightning Bugs. 2 billion views on TikTok with this song. 5 million different videos created. And I know you're known as the ear. Like, you can listen to something and know, okay, you know, move the chorus here, change it. But can you look at something objectively that has taken off in a viral sort of way and say why that happened? Like if you're gonna, like somebody said to you, how do I do that? What is there, like one takeaway that's the key to make it go boom?
You can't calculate that. I made a song with great energy, and I wanted to share it with the world. I thought maybe I could make a couple people dance, and then it spread it like a wildfire. It's just God's gift. He know my purpose and my calling, and I put out a song that I felt like could connect the dots and not be so deep. The song ain't deep, but what it's doing is deep, and that's the best feeling in the world. Connecting people. Yes,
for sure. Where'd the dance come from? Did you
different dances that I seen growing up?
Yeah,
and dances that I made up. You know what I'm saying? When it get to the woo-hoo-hoo part.
How long from start to finish did it take? Were you like stand in front of a mirror, trying to work it out?
To do the dance?
Yeah. Did you was it a day or two, or you just kind of?
I wrote the song as I was doing the dance, just to make sure everything went together. You know, everything was all one seamless movement, and it took the length of writing the song. I usually had a thing where I don't like to tell how long it took me to write a song, because I used to get aggravated by people that got up and accepted awards and say, I wrote this song in 10 minutes. And I'd just be like, who cares? Is it great or is it not? Like
10 minutes or 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, I know people that took 5 years to write a song, and it's the biggest song ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have been some of the biggest songs ever. It's some stuff I do actually write in very short periods of time, and there's some songs that I take days to write or months to perfect. So I try not to give none of my babies, a time frame.
You love them all.
I was in the spirit and the movement of it.
Yeah. We had this list the other day here at the station. People were putting up, they were writing on this, songs that didn't have the title in the song. And somebody wrote the Git Up on there. And I was like, no, that's in there like 5 times. And then when I listened to it, it's not in there. I don't think most people know that.
I dedicated the title to my grandmother. She used to wake us up early in the morning and say, "Get up," and that just meant being productive, one with the world, finding purpose, and being enlightened with something new. Do something new that day. Learn a new word. Do something. You got to grow. And I dedicated that to her, like I dedicated Brown to my grandfather, Blanco Brown. But funny, somebody asked me not too long ago, they were saying, that's white and brown. Did you do that on purpose? Being that you stand for unity? I was just like, no, what's so crazy is I thought about it after the fact that it was a conjunction, but I really dedicated that to my grandfather. He was adopted, and his last name got switched to Amy. So my last name is Benny Amy. And it got switched to
And you're
Amy.
the third, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got switched to Amy. So I wanted to dedicate the last name back to my family roots, Brown. So I just went with Blanco Brown.
You were talking about your grandma too, and that she used to kind of control the TV when the soap operas and the story. Do you remember what she used to watch? Because my grandma always watched like
General Hospital,
Guiding Light.
I don't remember that name.
As the World Turns.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because Guiding Light and General Hospital were on at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So that's why if you were at General Hospital, you weren't Guiding Light.
We couldn't be in the house, so when them stories came on, it was over. All I remember, doom, 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 doom. And he was like, hey, go outside.
Luke and Laura coming on. This album, we're talking to Blanco Brown, Honeysuckle and Lightning Bugs. It's, obviously more diverse than anything that's really in the format right now. The song that jumped out to me is just we were talking about your family, the Get Old Memories, because you had such a unique experience of growing up in Atlanta and then spending summers out, in rural Georgia. Yep. And just talk about how this album kind of represents those two lives you lived.
Oh, yeah. I named the album Honeysuckle and Lightning Bugs because those are the two things that tie both worlds together for me. No matter whether I was in the hood or if I was in the country, I saw both of those things. So I always felt like I was at home. Two different circumstances, but in reality, I appreciated both of them. I knew kids that went to school with us that stayed in subdivisions and stayed in nicer places, and they were always looking for friends. In the hood, it was full of kids. I would never change that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in those suburbs. Just take me back to the hood.
Yeah.
So I'm glad for those moments. But also, I mean, like...
Well, it's funny because so much of country music, you hear, songs about being outside and truck. Well, because a lot of times kids don't have anything to do because there's no other kids around. So that's just the stuff that they figure out.
In the suburbs, you get to play in the front yard. And, yeah. Like with us, we couldn't move outside of the front yard. So I say for those who in suburbs can't move outside of the front yard, it was good to have friends that'll just come to you. Mm-hmm. But as soon as them soap operas came on, my grandma used to call them the stories.
Yeah.
As soon as that came on, we started roaming. We got on. Like, she was into the TV, and we'll sneak off and then come back. Mm-hmm. Play with roly-polies, thump them on the butt, make them race. Magnifying glass and ants. We were tripping.
I haven't heard anybody mention roly-polies in a long time.
Yeah.
I had a thing when I was listening to this album, too, that the title, if not Honeysuckle and Lightning Bugs, it would have been Funky Tonk. Because to me, that is kind of like sums up in a way. It's such a great way to sum up what you do.
Funky Tonk. That song is special because I dreamt of the chords and the progression. The whole guitar, I woke up, I hummed it, sent it to my brother. He said it could be dope. And then I called my dad into the studio and let him hear the voice note. Mm-hmm. We built it, so I made him part of the producer on this album. So I got my dad as a producer on my album. It's his first placement. Do you
grab your phone right away when something comes to you in a dream like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. If I have a phone around, I'm gonna record it immediately. Mm-hmm. And if I don't, then I'm gonna keep on humming it until I get to somewhere where I can record it, because I will forget.
Yeah.
But like that song came to me, and the funny thing is, you get a lot of humor in the story. I woke up cold sweat, a little tipsy with a circle on me eye. Never knew it quite hit me, but I knew it came from a distance. So somebody snuck me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I tucked my feelings in the backseat, then I put them on my side. Somehow those some guns got away. Mama always told me that if you get it. Mama always told me that if you got to be careful. I done forgot my own words. But long story short, be careful when you get out there in the streets. Look both ways or you will get hit.
Yeah.
And the message of the song is don't drink and drive. I'm sipping on that old Jack, loud pack, that brown to make you frown, and then you jump up in the crowd and you don't hold back, no slack. Just party, party, party. It's your day. But within that, it say don't get behind the wheel and party like you never did. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, that's a great message.
Don't drink and drive.
I don't know if I would have pulled that out of that. And obviously, then you said it's your dad's first credit. Quentin, is that your brother? That's
my brother.
You're talking about your grandma and your family. This is a family affair, this whole album.
Yeah, my brother, I like that. You got some good facts, Quentin. Yeah.
Do you call him Quentin?
I call him Quint.
Quint, yeah.
But everybody call him Epic the Illustrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, he produced on it. And then my DJ, who's on the road with me, did some little shebang bangs on it. So we got it all full circle. I like to keep people around me that been around and make them a part of stuff. And I don't be with all that studio crabbing and stuff. If you did something, you going to get some percentages. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? I've been around a lot of people that be like, oh, you came up with something great. I give you $100.
Songs that end up on the radio?
Yeah, like...
Not to get into it, but...
Crazy thing. Yeah, like, I feel like if you produced something. If you brought something to the record that wasn't there, then you produced.
Yeah.
So you should eat for the rest of your life, too.
But hopefully you don't forget everybody now you're best friends with Tim McGraw.
Man.
So, that's going to change everything, isn't it?
Me and Tim McGraw, it'll be real nice, we get something going. That's
Fantastic.
Like a dream come true.
It was so good to talk to you.
Blessings.
The album Blanco Brown's Honeysuckle and Lightning Bugs is hopefully out. It's out now if you're watching this video. Georgia Power, my favorite song.
I love Georgia Power too. And I'm glad I brought up the Funky Tonk lyrics because I'm performing it Friday and I forgot the words myself.
Well, we had a little rehearsal here in studio then.
Yeah, I just tried to dig into my EP and not listen to the album until it was time. And now I need to go open the album up.
Time.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Good to share that moment with you.
Thank you so much.
Tim McGraw. Blanco Brown.